What's to do, YouTube? It's Holy One, and I'm going to be discussing my transition into the PC gaming experience. So, I have always gamed on PC since '99, but I've only played RTS games on the PC. Nothing else majorly other than those. So, I was always a console gamer. I gamed on PlayStation, I gamed on Nintendo, and of course Xbox. So, my last gen console I gamed heavily on was, of course, the 360. Now, I loved my 360. It was really good. I had a couple Red Ring on me, and paying for online kind of pissed me off. So that's why I got a PlayStation 3. I thought the PlayStation 3 was good with its exclusives. And of course I had a Wii as well, which was my first console that generation. Then came in the next generation of consoles, which I got the PlayStation 4 first, and the Xbox One later down the road in 2014. Now, I had been looking into getting into PC gaming because the performance on my 360 was starting to show. Like, I was like, oh, the games are showing their age. I was like, oh, let me check out Steam. I've heard people telling me about it. So, I download Steam. I got some free games for it, and I didn't really get my gaming PC until late 2013. So, I got my PS4 home. I played Call of Duty Ghosts on it, as well as Knack and Killzone Shadowfall. And I was very disappointed it wasn't backwards compatible, because my older systems were. PS3, I'm looking at you, as well as the 360 had OG Xbox backwards compatibility. So that was one negative I had with it. It was also lacking games at launch. I know people complain about the Switch having the same issue. So did the PlayStation 4 when it launched. So I said, you know what? I got a PlayStation 4. I'm going to dive into a PC. So I got a pre-built PC with a AMD 6300. That was pretty crappy CPU, but I got it back in 2013, and it was a year after it released. And a GTX 960. I bought Borderlands pre-sequel had come out that year as well, and it was it was only released on last gen consoles, and I didn't feel like going backwards to play old games. So I fired it up on PC. Along with, I was playing like last gen games on it, and playing at 60 frames was awesome. But once I played Borderlands pre-sequel, ultra settings, unlocked frame rates, I was blown away. I was like, I got the game cheaper than when it released on the PS3 for $60. I got it for like $25 on the PC. And I was like, games are cheaper? I didn't know games could run at such a performance. On top of that, I was impressed with how, like, I had my first Steam sale, which was the summer of 2014, and it was amazing. I bought all my old 360 games to play them on the PC, and I was like, let me see how much better they run. And I was like, damn, they look and run so good. So, the discounts, the performance are unparalleled. The consoles will never be able to compete with PC on that level whatsoever. Even with the Xbox One X out, they can't compete. 30 FPS, checkerboard frame rates and frame resolution with less control. I just can't deal with it. I'm still a console gamer. I still have my Switch and my main consoles, but that was one of the big points to PC. I don't really care for mods, but I do mod a couple games, and the mods add a lot of content as well. I modded like Fallout and some other game, Shadow and all that sort of thing. And being able to use any controller on PC was great. I loved my 360 controller, and I hated the PS3's crappy PlayStation 3 controller. And the PS4 controller was good, but I wanted to use my 360 controller or the Xbox One controller. I was never a fan of PlayStation's controllers, so being able to use any controller I want on PC is great. And since then, I now use the Xbox Elite controller and the Switch controller on the side, and that's just bread on the pudding cup. The free online is great. I feel like games run better online on the PC. I never have to get kicked out. There's no mandatory console updates, and I don't have to update my game. Like, the games update so quick on my PC, I don't even notice it. So I don't have to insert a disc and wait like 2 days for it to install. I could just play it right there and then, depending on how my download speeds are. I like the upgradability option, so I could, like I told you guys, for the last decade plus, I was always a, low-end PC gamer who only played RTS games. So seeing all the hardware I could get just felt really overwhelming at first. It is very overwhelming at first, but you'll get used to it. Like, you'll be like, okay, these are the specs I want. This is the performance I want. This is how I want to run my games. For me, the 960 wasn't enough. So, couple years down the road, I decided, you know what? I'm going to take that plunge and go with a 1440p. So, in my gaming group, one of my homies hooked me up with a Acer 1440p 165Hz monitor, and I got myself a 980 Ti. Now, my 980 Ti broke, which pissed me off, so I got a refund and just slot my 960 in there for now. Then I bought a 1080, which worked fine, and due to the crypto miner incident, I was able to sell that for a huge profit and find a 1080 Ti for a great price, and that's what I'm currently using in my new build. And I eventually later upgraded my old i7, I think it was like the 4790K, to Ryzen 2700X, and I love it. It's great, and no beef with Intel, but I'm not very a fan of Intel, so I game on the high end. Of course, my PC costs like $3,000, but my old PC costs like $350, so yeah, I went from low end to high end. So yeah, I want to play all my games maxed out, 4K, 1440p, whatever I want to play them at. Yeah, I mean, once you experience FreeSync and G-Sync, you just can't go back. Like, it feels so good. I know console guys are like, FreeSync is on the Xbox One X. I'm like, but no games utilize it. Like, 0. Maybe like 2 games do. So yeah, and I do have a Nintendo Switch, but I feel like if you want, you have the portability with a laptop or a, even a tablet could give you that much performance. So yeah, when it comes to the mods, the free online, the controller support, the freedom just feels really good. Like, it just blew me away after I got my 1080 Ti. I just keep getting blown away with how good games looked. When it comes to keyboard and mouse, they're very accurate. I'm good with a keyboard and mouse. I just prefer using a controller, not because I'm a console guy, but I'm a narcissist. I like to play all my games on the highest difficulty, and I feel like, you know what? Using a controller against PC gamers with keyboard and mouse gives me a very big handicap, and I like that. I like being handicapped. I feel like when I kill a PC gamer, I feel like I got like 3 kills right there because he was using a controller option, which is way above my controller option, which is the controllers versus the keyboard and mouse. So that's just me. I know most people will be like, well, I prefer console gaming online, but you have to pay for it. And if you want, I mean, the difference in it depends on skill. Like, I know people say there's a monumental difference between controller and keyboard and mouse. It's very marginal. Trust me. I'm saying that wholeheartedly. Like, it's very marginal. Like, if you're versing a scrub player who uses a keyboard and mouse, you will dominate them with a controller. Don't listen to these outlets. Now, if someone's beating you and they're good with a keyboard and mouse, then yes, they will kick your butt. But remember, they're good at the game just like you are. So it doesn't hurt to practice using keyboard and mouse. Now, when it comes to the whole exclusive arguments, I really don't care. Like, most of them, like, when I saw Microsoft's exclusives coming to PC in 2014, I was like, you know what? I don't really need the Xbox One for exclusives. I'm just gonna get them on PC. And I always got PlayStation consoles to play JRPGs, but they're not coming to consoles with mod support, 60 FPS, all the bells and whistles PC can offer them. And there's more broken games on the consoles I've noticed than the PC. I know that's a editorial argument, and most people bring up, like, oh, look at Arkham Knight, but I'll give you examples like Prey and Ark Survival Evolved. The list for consoles is much larger, so don't be fooled by, oh, there's the broken game argument. Every one game that releases broken on PC, there's like 10 or 20 games broken on consoles. I'm talking like 30 FPS drop. That's 30 FPS for me is not very playable anymore. I'll tolerate it for the exclusives I want to play on my Switch and occasionally on my PlayStation 4, but mostly I game on my Switch, so whatever. But yeah, overall, my 5 years gaming on PC has been great. Alright, now let's get into the bad and the good. I know there are a lot of issues with PC gaming that people bring up. When it comes to hackers, I have never seen a hacker game when I've gamed on PC. I play every multiplayer game. I play Overwatch, Killing Floor, StarCraft, Battlefield. I've never seen a hacker yet. When I gamed on my PlayStation 4, I would still see hackers. I mean, I give you an example. My PlayStation 3, when I played COD on my PlayStation 3, it was rampant with hackers, and I was like, you know what? When I think about hackers, I think of PlayStation 3. That's what I think about. So, yeah, there are hackers, but I haven't seen any. If I have, I don't know. When it comes to, what's the other one? Oh, yes. Hardware failures and, the Windows issues. Yes, you will experience blue screens if you're using Windows 10. I suggest, doing your own research, because when you get into PC gaming, it's just like, owning a pet or something. You gotta do your research into it. It's gonna be quite the investment. It's expensive in the short term, but in the long term, you'll save money. And I've had more consoles break on me than I've had PCs break on me. I've gone through maybe 2 graphics cards that have broken. And I've already gone through 3 Xbox Ones, 4 Xbox 360s, and 2 PlayStation 4s that have broken on me. So, yeah. I've had more consoles break on me than PC parts. And troubleshooting is no big deal. The PC gaming community on Steam is extremely helpful. If you're experiencing a problem in a game, they'll send you a link or they'll walk you through how to fix it. It's no different than if you're, you got a console game and it's, giving you issues and you're like, did my disk drive broke? And most of the time, if your console breaks, you either have to wait 2 weeks, spend $100 to fix it, and yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, it's no different. So, yeah, I enjoy my consoles, I enjoy my PC, but my PC is my main platform now, and my consoles are secondary. So, that is my review for PC Guys for the last 5 years. Let me know what you think. This is your boy, Holy One, out!